Hey, it's Marlon here, and let's get on with this week's episode. Today I'm going to be talking about what movies taught me growing up. And I got this idea from Jenna Marbles. One of her videos was called What Disney Movies Taught Me as a Kid. And she also made others like what music taught her and what TV shows taught her. But for this week, I'm just going to be talking about what movies taught me as a kid growing up. Generally, like there's no topic, just any movie, I guess. And seeing how I feel at the end of this video, I might be making a part 2. And obviously everybody has their own opinion as to what they think of a movie. So don't judge me if whatever I say sounds kind of dumb or if you think it's silly. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, make fun. I don't care. Write something mean in the comments. But don't judge me. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. So the first movie that comes to mind is Pagemaster. That movie taught me to stop being afraid to do things. I mean, life is too short to just be afraid all the time. Like the first 10 minutes of that movie is just him talking about statistics on how life itself is dangerous. And because of that, a lot of people made fun of him. He had like no friends and he was just afraid all the time. And instead, stop being afraid to do whatever it is that you want to do. And if I die, then I'm dead. But at least it was doing something that I thought was very cool. Which probably wasn't, but that's beside the point. And just read a book, dude. Like, he walked out of the library at the end with 3 books, even though the librarian was like, no, you can only leave with 2 books. And he was like, come on, dude, I need the 3rd book. He was literally saying that as if it was crack or something. Like, he needed the 3rd book. Just saying. What Beauty and the Beast taught me is that that's my favorite Disney princess movie ever. And I'm not talking about the one with Emma Watson because, I mean, of course, it's Emma Watson. But I used to like this movie way before too, when I was like a little kid, and the only version that we had was the cartoon Disney one. Something else that it taught me was that no matter how ugly I am, because ladies call me the Beast, I'm always gonna have somebody out there who finds me interesting. And everybody has a special someone out there. Love isn't always about appearances, it's also about what's inside of you, your characteristic, the way you interact with people, the way that you make somebody feel special. And you know what? There's gonna be someone out there who's gonna say, hey, you know what? This person's worth it. Be that person. And also, be nice to everybody because you'll never know if they could be a witch and then they'll curse you and then you'll be locked up in a castle forever finding the one person who will love you no matter how you look. Because at the end of the day, if the last rose petal falls, then you'll be a beast forever, and you don't want that. So I guess do unto others what you want done to you. I mean, that's literally what it says behind. Like if you flip it over in the back and find super fine print, you'll see that. Like it's like you'll need like the world's most powerful telescope just to see it. I know what I said. Jeez. Obviously, I meant binoculars. Finding Nemo taught me to put away my fears, especially if it's something important that I have to do. And if you know me, you know that I like anything that has to do with like marine biology or the ocean or whatever. So obviously that movie called me and I was like, yo, what's up? There's like 8.7 trillion kinds of fish in the ocean. Hell yeah, I'm gonna be watching this movie. And I saw it like 1,000 times. Like I literally own a copy of that movie because I love it. So basically it taught me not to let my fears control me. Kind of like the Pagemaster, but this one got like a little bit more like more sentiment because it was also the dad who was trying to find his son across the ocean. So if I'm putting these clues together, it also means that my dad is out there trying to find me. No, I'm just kidding, he's not. I learned that a long time ago. But yeah, if I had a kid and I lost them somewhere along the way, I'd go Liam Neeson on them and just go find them.
I have a particular set of skills. I will find you, and I will kill you. Hello? Damn, man.
Jurassic Park taught me that if you're doing something very cool that no one has ever done before, stop. Because you might be making a mistake. And if you are, you're gonna kill yourself and everybody else that's there with you. Especially if you're making dinosaurs. If it's anything else, then you're fine. But if it's dinosaurs, no, don't. Just get away. Just go away. Don't put others in danger just because, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go on like this island full of dinosaurs. What can go wrong? Nothing. That's a lie. Because look at how all those other movies turned out. Even Jurassic World 2, they decided to bring the dinosaurs here and then auction them off. Guess what happened? The most prized dinosaur escaped. Who would have thought that? And not only that, but all the other dinosaurs also managed to escape at the end. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that, but honestly, it's like 2019. That movie came out like 2 years ago. No, it came out last year. It came out last year. What have you been doing for a whole year, dude? Go watch that movie. Gosh. Good movie though. But yeah, dinosaurs are cool, but not when they're chasing you because they're hungry and they're like, oh my gosh, we gotta get some food. What are we gonna eat? We're gonna eat some humans up in here. Oh hell yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just like, can you not? Also, don't run to the toilet when like there are animals that are loose. Like even at the zoo, if there's like a lion that's like walking out and stuff and just like chasing people at the zoo, and I'm afraid of lions. Like I'm definitely afraid of lions. Like if I see a lion out in the wild, like that's not in an enclosure or in a cage or anything, I'm gonna flip out. Like I'm gonna be like, oh hell no. Nope, I am not going anywhere in that direction. But yeah, who decides to go to the bathroom all of a sudden, dude? Don't, like, mind your surroundings, man. Stay away from animals when they're loose, especially if they're wild or extinct and then brought back. Stay away. And if you are gonna make dinosaurs, why not just make the safe ones, like the brachiosaurs and the triceratops and the stegosauruses? Like, why not something that's not gonna like potentially kill you and come after you if they're set free? When they made the velociraptors, even though they're like insanely smart, it didn't come to their mind, hey, you know what? These guys might break free. No, that's never gonna happen. Come on. Just have a contingency plan. Like, you have no idea how useful that is. Just have one, just in case. Just in case something happens, just have one. I mean, I have several in life for whenever something happens, bam, I know what to do. But also don't hold me against that because I'm not done. So yeah. What the Iron Giant taught me is that no matter how different you are, just accept them for who they are, because guess what? In their eyes, you're also different. And at the end of the movie, when he was like being chased around and stuff and being attacked, guess who helped him? His one buddy and like everybody else that cared about him. So when your friends need help, why not just jump in there and also help them out too? I mean, unless it's like seriously potentially dangerous where it might harm you by death, then that's on you. But definitely be there for your friends. Also, if you meet a robot that came from space, be that robot's friend, because you have no idea what they're capable of doing and how awesome they can make you look. I mean, don't do it for the looks, do it more for like the friendship and the cool things that you guys can do together. But a robot from space, are you serious? Like, that is like the coolest thing ever. Wish I had a robot friend from space. That would be so cool. Yeah. Hell yeah. E.T. also taught me not to judge others by their appearance. And also be there for others too, because maybe one day they may just make you fly on your bike when you're being chased by cops. You and your friends are like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? The cops are after us. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm flying. What? One of my favorite podcasts, The Comedy Button, they mentioned that this one dude took the movie, like the full movie, and then edited it, and at the very end, when like E.T. dies, he just faded it to black, took out the rest of the movie, and then added the credits. So like, as soon as he dies, it just fades to black, the credits come in, and he showed that movie to his kids, and his kids had never seen that movie before. So when they saw it, they were like, what? Who made this movie? This is so dumb. He just died? Oh my gosh. No, I don't want to see this anymore. It's so dumb. Wow. The movie Aliens taught me don't trust robots. And I know I said earlier that if a robot came from space, definitely be that robot's friend. But in this scenario, don't trust robots. Like, especially if you made them, because they could have a little, wire at the back of their head that can go, must kill humans. Like the Terminator. Depending on which robot it is, because not all the robots are there to kill you, but still, don't trust robots. Also, if like an egg or something just opens up, don't do this. Whoa, what is that? Oh my gosh. You have this for a reason, like use it. Like if I was in that movie and I was watching people do that, I'd literally be like, hey, what are you doing? Yeah, put your face there. See what happens, dude. Go. Oh, something attacked your face. Oh, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? Oh no. You're so stupid. Oh, you're dumb. You're dumb. Survival of the fittest, bitch. I actually know people like that in real life. Dustin. Toy Story taught me to always take care of my stuff, because maybe one day they may just snap, come back to life and attack me like they did to that one kid, Sid. So don't be that kid, guys. Take care of your stuff. I mean, maybe if I don't and I mistreat them, they may snap, come back to life, attack me, and then I'm just gonna be like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Ah! Yeah, I'm not gonna be screaming like that. Obviously, I'm gonna be screaming like a little girl, like ah! But still, you guys get my point. That movie also taught me to be mindful of what other people believe in. Like, obviously, don't destroy other people's beliefs, especially if theirs are like so far out there compared to yours, because who knows? You might be destroying someone's dreams. Just because you can't do something doesn't mean that other people can't. So let people be, let people believe in whatever they want to believe in, and just be yourself, man. Just deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with. Let whatever you want to do happen, whether or not you choose to, but don't put other people down based on what you believe in and whether or not you can. So you think you can do these things, but you can't anymore. And now that we're on the topic of toys that can move and talk and whatever, Small Soldiers taught me that not all monsters are evil. Because in that movie, the monsters were the good guys, whilst the soldiers were theoretically the bad guys. Who would have known? So appearances aren't everything. The Disney movie, A Good Dinosaur, was kind of the same thing. That one was like so weird because like the whole time I was watching it, I was like, wait. You would see someone and then you're like, oh my gosh, these are the good guys. No, those are the bad guys. And then you think, oh man, here comes the T-Rexes, they're bad. Guess what? They were the good guys. It was like, what? That movie's so weird. It basically teaches you, don't judge a book by its cover, because you never know what's inside, basically. And read a book. I mean, obviously, there's no books in that movie, but still read a book, because we're talking about judging books and stuff. Read a book. Harry Potter is a good series also. Like, I have all the books and they're kind of amazing. Shrek taught me that no one's perfect, and no matter how much someone wants to be alone, they never really want to be alone forever. And not everyone can be green all the time. I mean, look at the Hulk. The Hulk eventually has to turn to Bruce Banner. So in Shrek's case, he did kind of turn to a human in Shrek 2. And Fiona also had like a little thing where she turned only into an ogre at night. So you can't always be green all the time. Gamora, on the other hand, she's always green because she's the adopted daughter of the Mad Titan Thanos. Men in Black taught me that I need a deneuralizer so bad, because there are so many times where I do something kind of dumb and I'm just like, wow, I want you to forget what you just saw or heard. Or maybe I want to forget things that I kind of don't want to remember anymore, and then just use it on myself, but only for like certain things, not to like completely erase everything. Because as much as my good memory is, yes, I also do have flaws, because I tend to remember things that I don't really want to remember, things that I actually want to forget, but I can't, because my memory and my flashbacks are always like, hey, remember that one time when, why did you go there? I wasn't even thinking about that. Great, now I'm thinking about that. Anastasia taught me that I love redheads. Oh my gosh, redheads are like... Shut up, Romer. You can't say anything. Lilo and Stitch taught me absolutely nothing, because I've never seen those movies. And I just recently learned that there are 3 movies to that series, so... yeah. The movie Ants taught me that, yeah, okay, it might suck being second best, but don't waste your life being upset about that. And what I mean is, Ants was like basically like number 2, or like a huge ripoff to like A Bug's Life. But obviously the creators of that movie weren't like, oh my gosh, nobody likes our movie, great, now what are we gonna do? We shouldn't have made this movie, we put all this money in this thing and nobody likes it. I mean, I enjoyed it, I had no problem with it, because at the same time I was a little kid and I didn't really, you know, care. I was like, oh hell yeah, we got 2 movies that are kind of like a little bit the same, one's blue and one's more like what the ants really look like, brown. But still, what are you yelling? I didn't even know who that guy was as a kid. Still. Monsters Inc. taught me that not everything is as they seem. And like Ants, that movie also taught me that, okay, like if you're obviously not number 1, don't be mad. Just maybe change something about yourself, or bring something to the table that distinguishes you in a different way. Because you might bring something that's super creative, and then the bosses or people around you might be like, oh wow, look at this guy. This guy definitely has some good ideas. Who would have known? That movie also taught me that if you look hard enough, you're gonna find something new, something that you've never seen there before. And life isn't just this one thing where everything is set in stone. There's no explanation as to like how certain things are and why certain things function the way they are. Like honestly, if you stop and think, you can learn things every day, like every hour, every minute. You can learn things that you've never learned before. Like for example, in the movie there's a monster that gets a white sock on its back, and when the containment crew come in, they call it a 2319. To those who don't know, 23 in the alphabet happens to be a W, and 19 happens to be an S. So if you're kind of like putting it together, white, W, sock, S, WS, white sock, 2319. If you did know that, great. But I mean, there are idiots out there that don't. So, and in that movie, the monsters got all of their power and electricity by the screams that they get from the kids. And that's how they did things. Like from the beginning all the way to a certain point, that's how they've always done things. And something that I've learned is that just because everybody does things a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong if you do things differently, as long as you get the same outcome. And I know there are people out there that get kind of upset when people do things differently as opposed to how they're used to doing it. But last time I checked, 4 plus 4 equals 8, and so did 6 plus 2, 10 minus 2, 3 plus 5. There are a lot of different ways to get into number 8, not just one way. So if you do things differently that other people aren't accustomed to or aren't used to doing it, doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong. It just means that you're very creative and you just happen to know how to do things differently. Embrace how you do things, because that's what makes you who you are, and it makes you unique for that. So all the power to you. Be who you are and don't let anybody change you. I guess that's what every movie teaches you eventually. Any movie, name any movie in the comment section below, and it teaches the same thing. Be who you are. Except aliens, actually. Except aliens. Especially if you're the kind of guy that... Oh, what's that? Don't be that guy. Anyways, that's all the time I have for you guys today. I really did enjoy making this video. It was a lot of fun. And I spent like the whole week trying to write this whole thing down on paper so that, you know, I'm not just improvising it. So if you like this video, please hit that like button and definitely subscribe. If you wake up on Mondays like, really? Monday? What the? Anyways, it's Marlon here, and I love you guys. So what's your favorite movie and why? She likes turtles.